Place light switches where they are quickest and most intuitive to reach as you enter a room. The light switch placement thumb rule of house construction calls for mounting the switch 3 to 6 inches inside the room from the latch side of the door and between 42 and 48 inches above the finished floor, which balances reachability and sight lines. For consistent layout across a home, measure from the latch edge rather than the door frame so switches serve the person entering naturally and not just match trim. When planning, mark switches on both sides of hinged doors for rooms with paired entrances and locate switches for double doors centered on the active leaf or on either side based on typical traffic patterns. If a wall is shared with cabinetry, run a vertical stud check so you can affix the plastic electrical box with screws into solid framing or use an old workbox with secure anchors for retrofit installs. For multiway circuits, keep traveler wires tidy by grouping and labeling during rough-in so final connections are error-free and future troubleshooting is straightforward. Coordinate switch height and location with planned flooring and ceiling finishes before drywall is hung, so the final 42 to 48 inch height remains accurate relative to the finished floor and light switches do not end up awkwardly low or high. Common mistakes are placing the switch too close to the hinge side where the door blocks access, too high or too low relative to the finished floor, and ignoring typical traffic flow when a room has multiple entrances. If the switch is on the hinge side, move it to the latch side or to the next nearest clear wall so people do not have to reach around a closing door. If the height is wrong, remeasure from the finished floor and adjust the box during countertop and flooring installation phase so installation remains within the 42 to 48 inch guideline. If flow is ignored, walk the path of a person entering the room and reposition switches to the most natural side or provide an additional switch at the secondary entry. BigHomeProjects.com helps homeowners find local contractors and helps contractors find work by connecting people based on project type and location. We also host a discussion community where homeowners and professionals exchange tips, ask questions, and share real-world placement experiences.